Right, good evening and welcome. We just from the recess and the match has just commenced between Central Parade and Port Authority. This could be a chance. Just within the tinkle of a moment, Port Authority had wanted to get the first goal of this match, but the defenders have been very much vigilant. I'm having Alexander Atula as you used to get us in the first half play and previous matches. Alexander Atula is still no goal on the side. Central Parade might be thinking their chances of topping the table is on a balance, while Port Authority are thinking they want to get some positions before we go for the break in the first leg.
Well, if they are to win this one, it will be a very big boost for Port Authority team, and I think the players themselves are fully aware of it. So the coach might have said some positive things to them. You saw them coming up in the very first minute of the second half. They were almost like going to get something out of it, but they failed to capitalize on that opportunity, and now we'll have to wait to see what they would have to do at the end of the second half. But it's still a very interesting one. Because referee had sounded his whistle, and that's for an infringement. We'll wait to see whether Central Parade will capitalize on this and make a difference. Referees having a tete-a-tete with the culprits there. It's a kick. Central Parade ball being taken, but not too good a kick. And now they've got to look out for another very big moment. Central Parade. Central Parade in their own defense area. They've got to be very much cautious of what they're doing. Ball being sent forward. It's a very good one. Thomas Sanu challenging, but no. Ball being cleared off the danger area, and Port Authority have considered a throw, and that's a throw into Central. Central Parade being the host. Somebody takes that one. It's a quick one this time. Ball goes. And a back foot being made as a pass there. And it's a very good one, but the intended player just can't reach that one. They've got to look out for another moment, Port Authority, but this time it's a throw-in.
And thank you very much. Alexander Atula was actually on the microphone trying to see. It gives you the very best of commentary. We just on the way in the second half. 3 minutes gone in the second half play, and it's still no goal on the inside. The teams are still locked on as the match started, and this is goalkeeper Joseph Ali, or rather the Mohamed, due to the injury by goalkeeper Joseph. Central Parade, we are forced to do a substitution. This is Usman. He finds now Abbas. This is Alpha Joe being chased to go back. This is Gashon. He finds Abbas again in their own half, but the players of Port Authority have been actually chasing vigorously. This is a very good now chance. This is Usman. Usman are inside the area, but I think his touch was just too heavy. That was a heavy touch, Alexander.
I don't think he actually knew what he was doing, Owen, because had he known that I'm going inside that area, you just need to have control of the ball, and then if it is either you're going to make a pass or you're going to be taking a strike yourself. But he failed to actually capitalize on the moment. He got himself in a very fine position, but he was unable to actually do what was expected of him.
What do you think should be the technical moment now for either side? Because they created chances, but the chances were not just enough for the fans to be sent to ecstasy, and the fans definitely needs to see the goals on either side.
Well, the fans are waiting for that glorious moment, but it is still far from coming. And for the fact that it's still far-fetched, I think the two teams actually need to concentrate. What they did in the first half was very much spectacular. They both gave their very best, but I think in this second half, you have to be productive, and that's exactly what the fans are waiting for. You need to produce those goals. If you fail to produce them, if it ends in a draw, well, for Central Parade, well, yes, it's going to be a disappointment. And in fact, for the two teams, it's going to be a real disappointment because they both would have something to benefit from if they are to win this match.
This is Mohamed blocking the process. But there was nothing like a sound coming from the referee's whistle. That was panicking from the clearance. This is Kasim. He's actually being overpowered. This is Mohamed now. 40. And now is Salif. And his judgment in the process is Alfred Sakila. That was a foul. The referee has no option rather than to sound for free kick in favor of Central Parade, and the referee is calling on the attention of the captain, that is Mohamed El Bangoua. He has actually been one of the ever-presents, the loyalists in terms of Sierra Leone football. We have the two skippers of either side. They've been loyalists for their side for so many years. Alfred Sakila.
That was exactly what I had wanted to say to you, because when you talk about being loyal to your team, I think Sakila is one player that I must commend. And of course, Ahoua himself, Mohamed El, is also been a loyalist. You know, these are two players that we can actually handpick in the match so far. They've been giving their very best in terms of in terms of performances for their various clubs. So I think what's happening at the moment is they are both being very much cautious. Remember, they are experienced players. A chance for Central Parade. Somebody goes deep. It's Usman, but no, he's been dispossessed. He's been dispossessed. That was a sluggish way of losing possession.
Well, I think that was a very poor defending for Mohamed Lamin Cissé.
But they were quick to respond as well.
But sometimes you give the fans some panicking moments.
And of course, I was expecting the striker there to have focused his mind on getting the goal, but that was a wasted opportunity. And this time, Central Parade keeps knocking. They're coming very much close, but it's still very much far from getting goal.
I think the arm was actually used in the process, and referee has to sound his whistle for a free kick. I think Central Parade, they knew before playing this match the importance of it, and I think they're trying to see how they could change the dynamics as opposed to the first half, but nothing yet has paid dividend.
Nothing yet for either side, nothing at all. And we've not seen that clinical finish yet. And if a goal is to come at this point in time, Owen, I was just about telling you about the closeness Port Authority are coming. I saw the ball traveling, and I knew for sure it was going to be a scary moment for Central Parade.
That was a moment of anxiety. I think Julius Goba haven't got the experience. He should have done better than what he did.
He should have done better than what he's done so far. But that's the game. In fact, what's happening in the game of football is that for those of us who are outside, there are sometimes when we see things that the players themselves don't think of.
I can tell you.
Remember, the first thing that comes to your mind is what you do in the game of football.
Yeah, what you think. I think the excitement. This is a moment for Gashon. He has been one of the ever-presents in the side. And the guys have started coming online once more. The guys have started coming online. This is Port Authority, but Alfred Sakila. Someone is being brought down. That is the big man, Thomas Sanu. I think his performance ratio has gradually and drastically risen, and no wonder he has actually been given so much time now on the pitch of play. Sanu. And this
Remember when the league started, he used to come from the bench, but since he started getting the goals, I think the technical teams deem it fit that he needs to be given the opportunity, and that's exactly why he's been used regularly in this particular match. Now
he's a goalkeeper.
And of course, one of the brightest players in Sierra Leone football, Nathaniel Tongofula, is also on the presidential stand and is watching. He's the most expensive player at the moment in the Sierra Leone Premier League.
But I think he's not getting the best of moments.
I told you in the match yesterday that indeed he's finding it very much difficult to integrate himself into the Bo Rangers squad. Remember, this is a team that is having a lot of inexperienced players, and he himself is finding it very much difficult to adapt into the way they are playing. Yesterday we saw a penalty he actually got against mighty Blackpool. He converted that one into a goal. It was very much a good one, but of course it was not enough to make a difference. He tried his best to raise the game, but the other players were not just complimenting his efforts.
I think yesterday was the best match that I've watched for Bo Rangers, despite they lost, but I think they deserve a tap. Nathaniel Tongofula.
It's not like the team is that bad, but I think they just need some more technical ability to push them forward. I think that's what is lacking at the moment in the Bo Rangers squad. But having players like Nathaniel Tongofula joining the fold, I think what they need now is have a few more experienced players to join the team, and then they might up their game at the end of the day.
Foul. I think the struggle to attack and defend is a purpose here between Fode Mansari and Gershon Punde. And Gershon has actually been very much steadfast towards his task of stopping Fode Mansari not to make the moves that he actually wants. This is a chance now. Here's a chance. Pastor is with a chance. And that is Fode Mansari with his 6th goal. What a moment.
And that's the first goal of the match.
What a very, very poor defending from the defender. This is the 6th goal.
This is the 6th goal of Fode Mansari.
What a moment of... I think Fode Mansari, Alexander Tula has been rejuvenated figure under the tutelage of Coach Ajina.
But I told you earlier that this is one player that Port Authority are hoping to make a difference in their team. Before the stop of the league in Sierra Leone, he was one of the players that actually made headlines every weekend, and now he's beginning to get himself into the right foot. And remember, he's now in second position in terms of goal scoring, because we're having the first position by 2 different players, you know, and I think that's very much an interesting one. So let's wait and see if Fode Balak is to get another goal here this evening, then he will join the fold of goal scorers.
What would most probably be the response you expect from Central Paris?
Well, I think I think they're going to be raising their game. That is depending on what the technical team will be telling the players and the kind of substitution they will be making in this particular encounter. Because remember, the substitution has got a lot to do in a football match, and I think that's one area that they really need to concentrate and see how they'll be able to get themselves in front again. Remember, they just need to get an equalizer here, but at the moment, Port Authority have taken the lead, and this might just be the goal that is very much important in the match.
Quite right. The fans, the executive of Central Parade, I think this will be a boost, a very big boost, especially on the side of the fans of Port Authority. In their previous matches, the fans have not been.
They are beginning to get the confidence again on the team. I keep on telling you that since the signing of Coach Ajina, there has been a huge difference. There has been some very big developments coming from the side of Port Authority team. So I just don't know whether this transformation will continue onto the end of the season. But I tell you, this is very much good for a football match, and this is very good for the league itself.
It's a free kick to Port Authority, and the fans, I think the fans now are having a very good moment, and on Wednesday we shall see. This is another moment again inside the area. And now, could Central Parade now break? No, that was another panicking clearance from the defender. And the story unfolds. Port Authority taking one step for another. And if they win today, they will have 19 points. They will eventually end up with 22 points. I think what a story for Port Authority. They were
indeed a U-turn. It's a U-turn of events on the side of Port Authority. Remember, when they played their first 3 matches of the competition, it was positive. But then things turned around for them. They started, instead of moving forward, they were coming backward. And I think that was really costly for Port Authority. And I think by the look of things, they are ready again to move forward. And if they are to win this match, going against Eastern Lions, if they are to win that match again, they'll be ending up with 22 points, which means they'll be in third position. And that's very much good for them.
Very much good. And Mohamed Kaloko is saying they're waiting for Port Authority, Eastern Lions. I think you are not waiting for Eastern Lions because Eastern Lions are waiting for you.
Well, Eastern Lions are really waiting for Port Authority. Unlike what Mohamed is saying here, but because on the Facebook page, this is the most interesting thing that I've been enjoying. People are actually following up with what's happening, and I think I love it because the league itself is being recognized by people, Sierra Leoneans from all over the world, and they are trying to ensure they follow their local back home.
Guys are watching from Israel, United States, France, Germany, Portugal. I think this is the most watched Italian Premier League of all time.
Yeah, it's been followed all over the world, and of course, the innovations that came into this league. It's not just about the money that government pumps into the league itself, but of course the innovations. You know, the Premier League board tried its best to make sure they put certain things in place to ensure that everybody gets a clue of what's happening back home.
That is Alexandra Tula, and you get forensic analysis from a very senior colleague. This is a Port Authority. They scored within the 56th minute, and now we just over 2 minutes the hour mark. And Port Authority are leading here by 1-0-0, courtesy of Fodeman Sari. I think all jolly moment now.
The fact remains, Owen, that this is what Port is known for. This is a team that I've been in the past, and you know, the dramatic moment they faced was very much disappointing for them. And I think they are beginning to get themselves back into the right footing. If they are to succeed in ensuring that they win this match and then go further to win against Eastern Lions, that's the win that will actually tell the fans that yes, there's a transformation taking place in Port Authority team.
I think it's salvage situation, and it's I think Dean Glover B, we the best FC Cologne, and the only team yet to. Oh, this is Central Parade now. Goalkeeper, that was a very good save, a very good strike, and a very good save. That was the defender, the left fullback, coming all the way into the attacking position. He wants to make it 5.
Of course, he's one player that it's hard to believe he's a defender. The way he plays, he focuses on the forefront, and there are very few defenders in the world that play in that manner. I can remember vividly that the likes of Robert Carlos,
for Brazil.
You know, for Brazil, and he played for Real Madrid as well, and of course Dani Alves, who played for who is currently playing for PSG. You know, these are the players that they don't play like defenders; they play like strikers themselves. They keep moving forward and they keep causing problems for the opposing defenders.
This is Port Authority now. Julius Goma! Port Authority on fire! Julius Goma has just scored a second goal. Port Authority! Port Authority has just scored a second goal. And he believe it? Port Authority, we are deemed aside not to score many goals. They've scored 2. And it is to see, we're about to see more than 2 goals in this match.
It is still possible that we could see more goals in this match, and I think that's one thing that I'm focusing my mind on. If Central Parade are not careful, this defense just can't contain the attackers coming from Port Authority. They need to be very much careful. Central Parade, I just wonder why the concentration is all gone. And I think with this in mind, they need to be very much careful of what they're doing. It's now Central Parade, nothing, and Port Authority, the visitors, 2.
Port Authority fans have been sent boozing. They win here by 2 goals to nothing. Central Parade did now some urgent approach if they want to get something from this match.
You can sense the determination, you can sense the desperation coming from the side of Central Parade, but that was a feeble strike.
I think the position and Port Authority wins today, then they will just overtake Mighty Blackpool to the 4th position.
Of course, Mighty Blackpool, I told you earlier that there are clubs that will never be pleased with the win of Port Authority. The likes of Mighty Blackpool, Eastern Lions, even FC Cologne will never be pleased that Port Authority are to win in today's match. But anyway, for FC Cologne, they will not be able to overturn FC Cologne points because remember, even if they are to go to win against Eastern Lions, Port Authority will still be behind FC Cologne.
By 1 point.
And behind Eastern Lions as well.
And I think they're about to bring in now Abdullahi Toure, known as Chilo. I wonder why actually he's being kept on the bench in matches. That is Abdullahi Chilo. He used to change matches for them. I wonder maybe it's a technical approach by Coach Sheldon, and they're having now some pep talk for the players. Seems not to be happy. The performance of Central Parade, there is no dynamism at all, Alexander Tura.
There's no dynamism, and of course they are expecting themselves to make a substitution that will actually transform the team. But I tell you, whosoever is going to be introduced needs to actually come forward and change the momentum of the game.
We've already seen Sikalong from 2 down to make it 2.
Yes.
It's a substitution. I think Alpha Kamara is about to make way for Abdullahi Toure. These are very young bloods. They are all debutants.
Substitution, Central Parade. The player coming off is Alpha Kamara in number 10 jersey. And in goes Abdullahi Toure in number 20.
Two goals to the boot, and we almost inside the 70 minutes. You could believe it. Mantare and Kaloko. I think Abdullahi Mbambundu is watching.
That was so close a moment there for Ports Authority again, but of course this time the guys of Ports Authority never succeeded in getting the ball into the back of the net. It's indeed a very interesting and exciting competition we are witnessing. This competition is still far from ending. Ports Authority had to win today, then it means they will leapfrog Mighty Blackpool in 4th position. I would have to send Mighty Blackpool back to 5th position.
And the debutants is about to be substituted. He plays for 70 minutes. That is Aliu Kamara.
Substitution, Cellular Authority. It's man in number 7, Aliu Kamara, who's been withdrawn, and in goes Bangali Sila in number 11.
Bangali Sila, one time known as Raheem Sterling. And the defenders are not actually playing towards the attacks. Actually given to them by the team, and this is Thomas Sanu, but he's actually been pulled off.
The likes of Thomas Sanu are being frustrated in today's match. Remember, they are not having what they've been expecting, MCOM, and I think this is not too good for them. It's sometimes very much disappointing when you play in a match of this nature, when you are hoping that this is just what should take you to the top of the log, and then you've been, molested by what we've seen so far. It's like an embarrassment to Central Paris.
And that's a foul. Definitely a foul.
Substitution, Central Paris. Is Kasim S. Touré, who will come out, and in goes Mohamed Doumbouya, a number 14 country.
That is Julius Goba, and it's going to be Bangali has moments, but he doesn't have the leg to make pass. And
they've got to be very much careful. Bangali Sila is that player who can run, and he's got the pace to actually get defenders on the back foot. So if they're not careful, he can punish a team.
And this is the goalkeeper. I think he came on. That is Mohamed El Sisse. And he's already got 2, but no one should blame him for conceding 2 goals due to poor defending.
It's of course, it has got to do with the defenders, and therefore the goalkeeper wouldn't take too much of the blame there, because I don't think there has been anything like an error that has been made by him, but this is football, and sometimes the fans might want to attribute their failure to the goalkeeper, that you came in and we conceded 2. So, that's how football is, and he's got to be ready to face the fans.
That is a very bad coincidence. And this time now is Usman. He sends the ball forward. Thomas Sanu. That was a glimpse in head. He actually goes for it.
It was almost like a glorious moment there for the guys of Central Paris, but they've not been able to capitalize on that, and now they've got to look out for another moment that they will be able to make a difference.
2 goals to Port Authority, and this will take them above teams like Eastern Tigers, Camboy
and
Eagles,
even Mighty Blackpool.
And Mighty Blackpool. I think.
And the interesting thing is that since Mighty Blackpool got the new technical team, they themselves have got a kind of transformation, and I think that's very much good for the game itself. So we keep on watching. There are some developments taking place in the game, and this is what we love seeing. This is what we've been preaching in all the mediums that we've got in our possession, and I think it's very much good for the game. Since the coming in of head coach Schwab and assistant coach Raymond Samuel Lewis, I think it's a very good one for Mighty Blackpool. It's been a U-turn, and I just can't imagine what the second round of matches will look like.
That will be quite an interesting moment. But this time, that a foul? That was definitely a foul by. That was definitely a foul from the defenders. The free kick now. This is Alpha. Conte's position better.
These are the situations he himself has been playing for all throughout the match.
And we've seen goalkeeper Sayo Conte trying to tell the wall,
yeah,
you need to...
But we've seen goalkeepers instructing the wall to move to a certain point, and still they concede goals.
That was wayward. No tell.
That was not the best of strikes. It wasn't the best, and that's not what the fans have been anticipating. So I think Central Parade need to add some more seriousness into this match if they want to get level.
But now, consider the fact of the opponents you're playing against, Port Authority. You mentioned how very much the secret behind their performance has actually been from the back. So
this is where their strength lies. And if any team is to be able to dominate the defense of Port Authority, then they will be able to get advantage. But at the moment, I think the guys of Central Parade have not been able to penetrate into that defense, and they keep struggling to get the consolation goal, not to even talk of an equalizer here.
It's go to Port Authority, and I think these are moments they've actually been yearning for. Now we see them winning against teams, one could say, during Coach Bala's moments. Ball is sent forward. This is ball is being cleared. This is someone chasing now. This is Bengali. That was a heavy touch. Someone could chase now. This is Mohamed Lamin. He has very now he's this is Usman. This is Alfred Sakila, and that's a foul. I think the midfield goal was actually very much heavy. Alexander Tula, let's also talk about the turnout of fans. I think this is not a very bad turnout.
No, it's not a bad turnout. In fact, I was not expecting this sort of a turnout, but that's much good. When you look at the table of the teams are playing, I was expecting more than this, but it's very much encouraging for a team like Central Parade who are hosting. Right. I think a few millions will be backed today by Central Parade.
I can tell you. And one time we actually heard from their managers and executives that they played against FC Calon and they were able to pay a 2-month backlog salaries to their players and
even kept some balance for future payments. So I think very much good. This is what we've been talking about the game in Sierra Leone, that you just need to invest into this game. It will create jobs. It will create opportunities for certain people. And that's exactly what's happening at the moment.
Sakira has actually been doing what he could. He doesn't like losing. Whenever I think the Mohamed Aoua Bangua, the Alfred Sakila, when they play for their sides, if they're on the losing side, then it's total desperation.
These are players who are always desperate in getting their teams forward. They're always desperate in that. So,
this is
ball from the goalkeeper, and this could be a moment for Port Authority. It's been wasted, and now Port Authority have got to find the ball. A foul there.
I think that would have easily gone at the back of the net.
It would have gone at the back of the net, and this time, if that one had gone in, it would have been the blame on the goalkeeper. That would have been the first moment for him to have been blamed.
But thank God he was able to save his blushes.
They need to be thankful that the defenders were there and the foul was committed at the end of the day.
I tell you. Just this moment, and if you miss this particular live, there you'll be getting us on YouTube. This particular one will be on YouTube, the official YouTube channel of the Sierra Leone Premier League. We're giving you live innovations. We're taking you towards the 21st century of, and this is Usman. Zusman now. There's a clearance from Kamano. This is Amadou. He has some time to run. This is Abdullahi. Sanu now goes to ground. Referee not interested.
You know, by the look of things, Sports Authority seem to be very much comfortable with their lead.
10 minutes left to play.
With just 10 minutes to play and stoppage time, one cannot tell what would happen. But for now, they seem to be very much comfortable.
From this performance, do you think Port Authority are capable of getting a win against Eastern Lions?
We're playing against Eastern Lions. I think they need to raise their game a bit more. And when you consider the fact that the way Eastern Lions played against FC Cologne, I think Port Authority, this performance is not just enough yet, but every game has its own momentum, and one could not tell what would happen. It is possible that Eastern Lions can come into that game and they fail to give the best of performances, and Port Authority are in the right form on that particular occasion, and they might just be able to get all 3 points.
As Eastern Lions did to FC Cologne the other day.
Of course, nobody had expected Eastern Lions to have gone through with a win without FC Cologne scoring, and it's still possible that Port Authority might do the same against Eastern Lions.
Still match on. Just 9 minutes more to go before we might just get some few minutes of added time, but this time it's Port Authority in verge of taking all 3 points home. This is Alpha. Sano, that was a very good clearance, and our usual customer, that is Kelfala Kosia, is asking for the scores. Port Authority are leading by 2-0. And Central Parade at the host, as you can see from the fire on the scoreboard. Port Authority they are waiting for today's match, and they're leading here by 2-0. What a very U-turn. It's Port Authority now with a chance. Goalkeeper Mohamed comes out.
This time he made the right save, and at the right time.
This Zuzman is full of running. I think he could not just help the team, prevent them from conceding. Nigeria's goal is in an offside position. Still some minutes left to play for before we go. The referee called the match so close. And the 2 goals were scored by Fode Mansari and that of Goba. I think Kosia is saying Bo Rangers is his team, and Bo Rangers have actually broken the hearts of their hopes in this competition. That is Kosia. I think there is still more time to be played for.
Of course, there are still more matches.
12 more matches for Bo Rangers.
So being at the bottom of the log in the first round doesn't mean you're going to end up there. But I think all they need now is motivation, and that might just change everything. And if they can just get some few more crop of players that will join the team, you know, with an experienced player like Anderson, who's not just got local experience, but he's also got some international experience as well.
And David is about to be introduced. I think Kelfala's movement in the match is been...
Abubakar.
Okay, Abubakar Kanu, that is Abubakar Kanu, that is in 6 jersey, beg your pardon. Fure Mansari and Julius Goba, we are the goal scorers for
Constitution, Sierra Leone Port Authority. Abubakar Kanu in number 6 jersey. On goes David Tyson Bangura in number 14.
Just under 5 minutes left to play in the entire process, and Port Authority Italy by 2 goals to nil for the Balak Mansari and that of Julius Goba. This is Amadou.
I watch him. Now I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was good, man.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming.
This is Bangura. Now is Bangali Sila. He finds Julius Goba. Someone is running now on the area. Usman. I think that could be very much Navi, but it's a clearance from Usman. Minutes more left to play.
Hey, what a while. But one game they wouldn't sit down for 11 days. They compete all they play, then they play 11 days, then they come out the loss. But now they cause all this for themselves. Now they be the push them.
Okay, now
Be the push.
I'm sorry about it.
What is the stoppage time?
2 minutes additional time.
Minutes have just been shown on almost 1 minute has been used. I think Fode Mansari is in an outside position. And the goals from Fode Mansari and Julius Goba will definitely make it. I think Desmond Wellington is about to be introduced. Donald Wellington, I beg your pardon, the younger brother of Desmond. It's Fode Mansari who's about to be gone. Wara Kelfala. Kelfala Conte is about to make his way out.
Number 9. Very important.
And that might just be the final. Just be the final action of this match. But Central Paris still has time now. This is Abdullahi. Is Abdullahi? He's been stopped in the process, and that might just be the conclusion.
That marks the end of the match.
Port Authority leading here by 2 goals to nothing. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you are in the world. I've been your commentator, and analyzing with me was Alexander Atula. Mona Kagwemsuen going down the court.